right in here. Senator Sinema's problems don't end with protesters. Now she's got President Biden on her back, and he's a wiry little fella. The president today pointing fingers at those whom he finds responsible for the embarrassing spending bill delay. Joe?
Why were you unable, Mr. President, to close the deal with members of your own party on key parts of your legislative agenda last week? Thank you.
I've been able to close a deal on 99% of my party. Two people. That's still underway.
It's the two people, they're not there. Hey. Biden's referring to Sinema and fellow Democrat Senator Joe Manchin. They're holding out against the mammoth $3.5 trillion price tag because it's too damn high. Manchin said $1.5 trillion, that's a good alternative. Progressive Democrat Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, who runs the Progressive Caucus, she says, that's not happening, you guys.
What we've said from the beginning is it's never been about the price tag. It's about what we want to deliver. The price tag comes out of that.
So if we're not looking at numbers, what about 1.5, like what Senator Manchin
that's not going to happen because
number
that's too small to get our priorities in. So it's going to be somewhere, between 1.5 and 3.5.
How about minus 1.5? Will all the infighting tank Biden's agenda? I certainly hope so, because it's too much money, Ned.
I hope so.
I do.
Yeah,
too.
no, I hope so. I think
so
one of the things that's interesting to me in this is that Biden, I think, has made a tactical error, and Pelosi, by letting progressives demand that the infrastructure bill, which is really the gateway to the Green New Deal bill, be linked to this spending bill. So you're now talking not about a 3.5 or 1.2, you're talking about 4.7. And I think if the infrastructure bill had been a standalone, Sinema has already said she would have voted for it.
Yeah.
You could have passed it as a separate bill and then dealt with the 3.5. But I think you've got a real problem now because progressives are demanding, we want our wish list. If you don't give it to us, the bills are linked. I hope they tear each other to pieces, Kennedy. And I hope that Manchin and Sinema stand firm because 3.5 trillion, which of course they say doesn't cost anything, is absolutely insane. It feels like you're dealing with little children in adult bodies who refuse to accept reality.
Little children in adult bodies. God, Ned, what a pervert. Kevin, what has happened to your party? I don't think these bills should ever have been linked. I think Ned is right that, they're pacifying the progressives way too much. And you are creating a chasm in your party that will be ungulfable. That's not a word. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, on President Obama's desk, there was a sign that said, "Hard things are hard." And yeah, it's a fractious, what we're seeing play out between different factions of my party. But I'm hopeful in this next month that we'll come together, we'll pass the infrastructure bill that Ned talked about, and we'll arrange some kind of compromise, probably anywhere between 1.9 and 2.3, as the president said last week, on Capitol Hill for this human infrastructure bill that's paid for by asking corporations to spend a little bit, to pay a little bit more.
That's a meaningless phrase. It doesn't mean anything.
Well, that's what we're calling it. That's what the media calls it. Human infrastructure, tax cuts for children, funding college education for community colleges, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do it. I know it's doubling Ned over in laughter, but we're going to get it done this month.
I am not here to pay for your community college. Nope, not for me. They're never going to overhaul the college and university system in this country. Therefore, I'm not paying for it. Bunch of damn thieves. Spike, it's only $2.5 trillion.
Yeah, maybe I'm the oldest one here. I remember when the $0.8 billion bailout bill in 2008 was seen as an insane and unprecedented amount of money to spend. Now we have the so-called conservatives and moderates that are pushing for the $1.5 trillion as the so-called low bar. Meanwhile, the average American is struggling to make ends meet, and they're watching trillions of dollars being printed out of nothing to be hand off to the crony corporations. The people that keep talking about the corporations need to pay their fair share. How about privatizing so they can pay for it directly instead of taxing all of us in the form of us paying for their goods and services and then giving them all the money to go and do all of this stuff? I think that this goes to show Republicans and Democrats are just going to give us more and more spending. And in my completely unbiased opinion, I think we should elect the Libertarian Party to every federal office that we can put an end to this.
Agreed completely, because Republicans and Democrats, none of them have the nards for serious and necessary spending cuts. I said it again,
That's
Nard
correct.
Ryan.
We have the Nards.
Libertarians have the Nards. You heard
Spike
it here
2024.
first. That's right. Thank you so much,
Ned
man.
and I are on board, Spike. Let's do it.
Okay. Everyone switch
Spike
parties to the real
2024.
party.
We have the Nards.
Hashtag we have the
I
Nards.
see. I love that bumper sticker.
Yeah, I love
Yes,
bumpers
thank you.
in general. All right, Ned,
Wow.
Kevin, and Spike, it's been great.